and welcome as ever. I am your captain for this evening and your master of games. I am joined here this evening by 5 of my 6 fantastic players. We are on our first session. The party have decided they will be starting this campaign in the Kingdom of Odine, in this magical city of Veritas. So, players, without further ado, we will introduce your characters one by one and find out what they are doing in this fantastical, magical city. And we shall start in no particular order. Ebony.
Of course, me first.
Right.
Just my character, or me and my character were streaming. So.
Well, who is your character and what are they doing here?
All right. Ebony is a black dragonborn warlock, and well, she lives here.
Lovely.
She lives here.
This is her home city.
Yeah.
Mig Hammerfell.
Hello. Mig is a 4'6" dwarf from faraway lands, we'll say, that just arrived by sea into the city, maybe escaping something, maybe heading towards something.
Oh, just for your reference, Meg, you are literally on the other side of the continent.
Yeah, it's a long journey.
Yeah. Plenty of escorts and contacts for you on the way.
Helps being a merchant. Sorry, I said it helps being a merchant.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely does. Puck Scapegrace.
Puck is a human rogue, questionable background, probably here to expand his thieving horizon.
Nice. Theo Talinchan.
Theo is just a folk hero, like kind of nomadic. He goes in and out, travels and does it as he pleases, but he's just wandering the streets and just seeing if anything catches his eye.
Very well.
It's a human fighter.
Nice. And finally, but by no means least, Veldoris Levant.
Oh, so Veldoris is a 6-foot tiefling. She likes visiting new places. I mean, that's mostly like her thing. She was always like a nomad, and like she enjoys the always like getting to know how like every place's work that she goes to. I'm sorry, I'm not.
That's alright. No, any information you share is a bonus.
Yeah, she's also trying to avoid crossing paths with a dwarf that mistook her for a devil.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So each of you are in this magical, fantastical city where, although the ley lines across the entire continent sort of calmed down at the time that the dragons took residence, Veritas and Odine as a whole is one of these fantastical places where the ley lines actually became controlled rather than subdued. So its magic is still very much prevalent. It very much feeds through the land and through all the magical arts. The academy that was established actually took this this energy and harnessed it and feeds directly into the academy itself to further enable those with magical gifts to access the weave. Now, Veritas has been through a large and huge boom of prosperity in recent years, over the last 150 years in fact, since Londigne arrived with her knowledge and wisdom, the crystalline dragon. The people here, generally, that are from here, would know her almost as a queen type figure, but she is not. She sees herself as equals with those that share her knowledge and shares knowledge with her. But because of this relationship that the people forged, there were those on the continent who grew suspicious and paranoid of the Ordinarians, namely the Asharian Empire, believing that the Ordinarians were forming some kind of army, some kind of war plans against them. They decided to try and strike first. Now luckily, there is a natural protection between Ordinay and the Asharian Empire in the shape of the Pixie Thicket. The Pixie Thicket lies between the two and is known somewhat for its trickier systems of navigation to get through it. For the Pixie Thicket is more than it appears, and those that have travelled to Veritas would know that in order to traverse through the Pixie Thicket, you actually have to traverse through the Feywilds itself. Unless, of course, you come by ship. If you come by ship, you would have passed through the giant iron gates of Veritas, also fueled by magic itself, for no man or being, other than maybe the dragons, would be able to force these open manually. This city is divided into several subsections, each subsection with its own speciality or mix of peoples. And the most key thing to denote of this city is they actually have 3 temples. 3 temples devoted to 3 different gods, and for this I need to get my notes up. That's that. Where is it? Yes, luckily it opens on the actual list that I need. So the first of these is Hestegan, the goddess of magical arts. This temple is the one that is closest to the academy itself. Hestegan reveres those who wish to learn more about the magical arts and bestows many gifts upon them. Kirith, the goddess of intellect and studies. This is the Eastern Temple, the slightly smaller temple of the 3, but she still has a solid following here. And finally, but by absolutely no means least, you have Yonda, the goddess of intrigue, and hers is the one down here by the docks. Now you may wonder why I tell you this. It is because it is common knowledge of the peoples of Veritas that there are 3 very powerful magical artifacts hidden deep within each of the temples, and it is imperative these stay protected. And I need to...
Which one was the second one again?
The second one was Kirith.
Thank you.
Where is it? I've lost it now. The goddess of intellect and studies.
Yep.
At this time, it's late morning. Now, normally people are permitted to wander the streets and explore as they see fit. This day has started vastly differently. because quite often Londigne is known for keeping herself away from the civilization and deep within her own library that lies outside of the city. Today, however, the large crystalline dragon stands atop the academy itself. As she swirls her body around the spires, her voice is enhanced by the weave itself and a simple casting of thaumaturgy. I call upon every citizen, every person, and every being that seeks to exist within this city or visit this city with peace. This is a call for aid. You suddenly see droves of people coming out of their homes. Some of them would have to travel a couple of hours to get to outside the academy, but all of them can see her and hear her from all around. It has come to my attention that our era of peace within this city is becoming disturbed. Somehow, some way, the spies of Oshar have found themselves amongst us. And it seems they are vying for our weaknesses. Anyone who is willing to assist us in driving out these forces, come to the academy by sundown today, and we will give you whatever information it is that you require in order to assist us. And of course you see a few faces wherever you are in the city. You see the faces of the people, like some of them are like, oh my god, what's happening? Others of them quite smug, quite confident in their capabilities for this task. Getting Londigne's blessing would be a huge benefit to anyone who stepped forward. So I will ask each of you, would you attend the academy or stay out of the academy? Ebony.
Yeah, as soon as Londigne said that she needs assistance, Ebony would be on her way to the academy.
Meg?
Yes, Meg would definitely be curious on what's changing about the city and how he could possibly help.
Puck.
Well, it'd be darn inconvenient for the storyline if I didn't go, right?
It's an open sandbox campaign. If you choose not to go, there are other things going on.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. No, I'll head that way, at least mingle amongst the crowd.
Mm-hmm. Theo?
Yeah, Theo definitely chooses to go.
Okay. And finally, Veldoris.
Although she's not from there, she's still like curious about what's gonna happen to the people and goes there too.
Sure. So as each of you arrive, as you step through, like as you come up to the front doors of the academy, the doors of the academy are massive. Again, they are just about the size of Londigne herself, so she would be able to get in and out of this academy. You do see... I should have the image loaded, of course I don't. As you enter into the academy, you would see a giant statue, and this is the first thing that greets you inside of the academy. And underneath is a plaque emblazoned Cardamemnon the First. It is his gift that founded ours, and we are forever thankful. In the lobby, you'd see about 100 volunteers. I would like each of you, please, to make me a perception check.
Let me find the button.
So, skill checks on your character sheet. On the right hand side, you'll see where it says skills, and then you go down to the appropriate skill, and if you hover over the modifier where it says underneath total and just double click, it should roll, or you can click and drag it over the chat box.
Oh, I double clicked.
That's right.
It rolled twice.
And it also rolled deception.
Oh, I thought you said you want deception. Sorry.
No, perception. Sorry, that's my bad. These are all really high rolls.
No, it ain't.
Mostly.
For level 1, yeah?
Who hasn't rolled? Theo.
I have not. Where's that button?
So on your character sheet, under skills, which is on the right hand side, look for where it says perception. Hover over where the modifier would be. In this case, obviously, you've got +0. Just double click, or click and drag it over the dice tray and over the chat box and throw it in the chat box.
Oh, okay.
As I was saying, mostly really high rolls from the party there. It's nice. It makes my job so much easier.
Except for me being oblivious.
Mick, I would say, given that this is possibly your first time here, and I imagine you've not been in this city for very long, it's unsurprising. You're more focused on the sheer volume of people in here awaiting Londigne's address. The rest of you, however, look around, and whilst, yes, for those of you who are more familiar, there are, your typical wizards and warlocks and sorcerers and people that are magically inclined, there are also a fair few of those who are not. Puck, you especially, as you're wandering through the crowds, you would definitely, almost definitely, recognise somebody that is trying very hard to disguise or hide a symbol that is embellished on armour. This is the symbol of the Asharian Empire's spy network. After waiting in this room for maybe half an hour or so, couple of people leave in that time, sort of thinking, oh, perhaps it wasn't anything serious. You see a high elf looking woman appear. Those more familiar with Londigne will know this is her human form. As she stands in front of this gargantuan statue. Welcome, everybody. Now I should mention, I am well aware of those of you who are here to help, those who are here for information, and those who are not welcome here. You see a couple of very, very sort of shy shuffles. It is for that reason I will be hand-picking people for the task that I require. And again, you see people like, what? How is she going to hand-pick? As she holds out her hand, one by one, people out of these 100 or so people start to glow. And each of you receive this warmth as well. Those of you I have not selected may leave the premises. Refuse to do so and my guards will be sure to have lunch. As she says this, you guys look up at the very, very high ceilings, these sort of 100-foot tall ceilings, and you notice there are some young dragons circling around the top. People leave and are ushered out. Puck, I imagine you take special note of the individual that you spied.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, I'm very distracted by the dragon lady, but
So I would say that this individual is wearing a green cloak. You can see they have some light scarring to their face. Of what you can tell, it's around the nose region. You can see that they are wearing a pair of enhanced boots. You're not quite sure what enhancements these boots have on them, but they definitely give off some kind of vibe, let's say.
fancy.
Eventually, everyone leaves, and there are about 15 of you left. I thank you all for your offer of assistance. Daughter, I am rather surprised that you have shown up, but do not fear. I am grateful. She addresses Ebony directly.
Of course, Mother. Anything I can do to help.
Now, there are a series of spies within our city walls. How they traverse through the Feywilds without being eaten is a mystery to me. My guess is that our relationship with the Fey are not quite as strong as I had hoped. And so I must ask if you are willing to dabble with the Fey, speak with them, and find out how these murderers were able to get through. And you see the final, the rest of the group, other than you six, just vanish out of the room. I know the Fae are not a particularly pleasant bunch, but they are essential to our defense. And we have always had good relations. Something has happened. Please, whilst I know some of your faces, I would like to get to know you personally. I would ask each of you, could you introduce yourselves? Daughter, I suggest you take the lead.
I'll step forward and I'll bow to the party and say, "My name is Ebony, a daughter of Longdidney, and I am a warlock in her service. It'll be my pleasure to assist with this."
She looks towards Veldoris.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need a moment.
Yeah, that's fine. She scans around the room and looks at Theo.
Theo takes a step up and he introduces himself with a little bow. And he's like, "I am Theo Talinsian. I am just a wandering traveler
A wandering
and
traveller.
just helping out wherever I can."
A wandering traveller willing to assist a dragon. Interesting. You are either brave or stupid, whichever it is I am grateful for. Your allegiance is appreciated. And she looks over to one of her humanoid guards. Please. And one of them comes over with a little pouch and places the pouch in your hand. You feel the weight of it. It weighs about 50 pounds. As you look in, you see there is 50 gold pieces. Sorry, £5. Me reading my notes wrong again. £5. There is 50 gold pieces in there.
I'll laugh if his hand hits the ground.
Yeah. I was like, £50? That don't sound right.
He thanks her graciously and steps back in line.
Looks round to Mig.
I'm Mig Fellhammer, servant of Gelado, and I have traveled from the island of Matador.
You have come a long way. You must be weary.
You could say that in more ways than one.
You come by boat or by foot?
By boat. It is a long trip.
Very well. My guards will ensure that you have ample opportunity to rest, along with your upfront gift. And she too hands you 50 gold pieces.
Appreciated. Less.
She looks round to Puck.
Yeah. Hello, your ladyship. I've just kind of followed the crowd in here and you lit me up, but now I'm in a spotlight and I don't know exactly how I feel about it. But if you're passing out gold, I'm your guy.
You have a sense of determination or confidence in your eyes. Like you know something.
Oh, don't let my eyes deceive you. I don't know a thing. Not really about nothing.
Nevertheless, please, your assistance will be thoroughly appreciated.
I appreciate the appreciation.
And you two are offered 50 gold pieces.
Yeah, and that'll vanish right into his pouch.
Lastly, we come back round to Veldoris.
Hi, I'm Beldoris. It's an honor to serve you. I'm a ranger. I've been just traveling around the lands and kind of honing my skills, trying to not get eaten most of the time, if that helps.
Do not worry, my children will not feast on the flesh unless I permit it.
That's reassuring.
We much prefer a diet of fresh fish.
Good. I can maybe catch some after we're back.
I would not worry yourself with that. We are very capable here.
Thank you.
You seem nervous.
Oh, it's it's
Do not panic yourself, child. I am a friend.
I understand. Thank you.
She too offers you 50 gold pieces.
She takes it and kind of like just saves it into her backpack and just kind of like looks around. As everyone does the same, I guess.
I feel that the 6 of you will wish to have some accommodations. Get to know one another a little bit before setting out.
Meg speaks up, and any information would help for traveling to this thicket.
The Pixie Thicket lies a little way beyond our borders, between the Osharian lands and our own. Historically, we have had a good relationship with the Fae. They quite often enjoy tales of adventure and bravery. And usually we trade in myths and legends. However, about 3 months ago, they fell silent on me. I assumed they were having one of their festivals, if you could call it that. However, knowledge that spies are infiltrating our city is unnerving. You see, we are a peaceful people. We are not really a people of war. But should it come to it, I have some of the most powerful spellcasters ever to write their name in the history books at my beck and call. But I do not wish to use them for this, as it could be detrimental for everyone. Daughters, take your fellows down to the Iron Flask. I believe appropriate accommodations will be made there. Ebony,
Of course.
Sorry, go on.
I said, of course, Mother.
Make me a quick, I would say local knowledge check of some kind. Perhaps we just go with survival for this. No. Let's go with history.
Only marginally better. I'm not the smart one, but today I am.
So, the Iron Flask, you would know, is probably the most upmarket inn to exist within the city. One night here generally costs an individual around 500 gold pieces, to include food and board and everything else. And that is for a small room. It is a very, very upmarket and expensive inn. You have never known Londigne to offer. You've known her to be generous. You've never known her to be this generous.
And for me, that just means that she's being very serious about this. So I'll bow and I'll say, of course, at once.
So, you lead your fellows. That's my little drawing line.
Can I just say that as we exit the lobby of the university, that I kind of like wave to a very, very slender robed figure just standing off to the side and just indicate that they should follow, and they just fall into step right behind me.
Sure. So you guys leave the academy. Why is it not? Let me draw. You guys leave the academy. That's not thick enough. Why are you not? Oh, there we go. Right. There we go, that's better. So you guys leave the academy. And this trip would take you maybe an hour and a half, something like that. You sort of weave your way through buildings.
Are we seeing a map that I'm missing?
You should have the map up. Hold on. Share record. Does that come up?
Oh, yeah, now I can
There it
see your
is.
line.
Yeah, it's because
There it is.
yeah. So you guys come down through these hedges and essentially into this building here. And that takes you about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get there. As you arrive, you notice that this building is probably one of the most Art Deco buildings you have ever seen. It is so... It looks antiquated, but modern at the same time. It's very, very... A lot of care and design has gone into this place. As you go in, you see there is cutlery made from gold and pure platinum. The plates and bowls are handcrafted, each individual one hand painted. The smells, you can smell the spices and the herbs just filling the air, making your mouth water as you come in. As you enter in, you get a few people looking in your general direction, and you get you get the sense that you probably don't normally belong in this kind of environment. Ah, mademoiselles. Senors, welcome. As you see a figure literally appear out of thin air, presenting themselves as a wood elf. May I take you to your seats?
Yes, please.
Of course, Ebony. Like, he sort of has a slight tone of derision towards you. You're quite used to this.
I just plaster on this kind of like indulgent smile on my face as he says that.
He leads you up a set of winding stairs up onto a balcony. And as he gets to the balcony, you notice there is, like, how to describe it? There is a low wall. As he touches his hand against this wall, it just disappears. Come, sit down. Your Londigne, in her wisest of decisions, has decided to book you in the viewing gallery. You notice there's a long dining table with red velvet chairs. Please take a seat, and I will ensure you are accommodated. Can I get anyone a drink, please?
Mig speaks up. Yeah, a fine dwarven ale will work fine.
Of course. We have the finest brews imported from Matador.
Ooh, this shall be a treat. You guys have to try some of our brews.
And what about the rest of you?
How much is your water?
Normally a glass of our most purified and refined water from the mountains of Rygrad would set you back around 10 gold pieces. However, this is on Londigne herself. She has reassured us that she will pick up the tab.
Mig looks over. Water?
It's artisanal.
I didn't really think I could afford anything better.
Would you like anything else?
Well, it's on the Dragon Lady ship, right?
Of course.
Oh. Well, water. Because I've never had anything artisanal before. Normally it tastes like, whatever the river nearby tastes like. Guess like fish pee. And then like, I don't know, like meat, red meat with
red meat.
green stuff.
Red meat sounds good.
Red meat with green stuff around it that might have butter. Oh, do you have butter?
Of course.
Skip the green stuff for me.
And what for you? As they look to the tiefling. My infernal friend.
I'd take some water too. And is there any good fish? The lady kind of intrigued me.
Of course, we have monkfish or bass on offer tonight.
Bass sounds good, thank you.
And oh, and what about you, Sir Knight? As he looks to Theo.
He looks up from the menu and he's like, since this isn't on my bill, I'll take whatever bottle you got of whatever that fancy stuff was, and a big slab of meat. Anything will do.
Very well.
Water comes in bottles.
And what about you, Ebony?
I will take a dry white wine, and I think I'll try the monkfish today.
Ah, self-indulged little... Yes, of course. Just be right out.
Love you too.
You just see him step off, like, the wall reforms up, that goes up the stairs. He steps off of the balcony and just slowly descends.
Ain't that some stuff right there? Look at him go. You think it's because, like, elves have bird bones? I heard they have bird bones, and that's why they float.
No, it's just some people have their noses so high in the air they just naturally float.
That's funny.
I live here. I'm used to this.
I don't think this is a thing you can get used to.
I'll take anything over dried rations on a ship for that long of a journey.
Oh, you've been on a ship? Yeah.
For way too long.
The monkfish actually is very good.
Fish.
If you have a chance to come back here, you should try it.
I've seen too many fish for too long. Give me the raw meat. Slightly
fish
cooked.
made of meat?
Not red meat.
Oh, right. I always wondered, are mermaids like red or white meat?
Why would you even consider that?
You just get thinking. I mean, like, you have red meat and then you have fish. So then you have fish people. Is that red or is that white? I mean, I would never actually eat like a living sentient being or anything like that. But you got to thinking about it. And, you know, like, it's late at night and you got nothing better to do because the lights are all out.
Think about cooking mermaids.
Think about cooking everything because you're hungry.
Think about what these fairies are that eat people.
Fairies eat people? Did I miss that part?
Yes, he mentioned something about the fairies eating things that come through.
I thought that was the guard.
Oh yeah, the fae they do that. I think I've actually never left Audene.
Not many fae where I come from that I've seen. I have no desire to be eaten by something in a thicket, though.
They were supposed to be our allies. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I just hope they speak common very well, because my fae-ish doesn't exist.
Well, I don't know. I've never been to the pixie thicket.
And what makes us think they're not going to eat us?
Because of past alliances? Maybe they'll at least hear us out first. I also hope they speak Common. I don't speak Sylvan.
Is that different than elf?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I speak elf.
It's
Elfish?
if you can imagine a language even more floaty than Elvish, that's what Sylvan has always sounded like to me.
Oh. I always feel kind of high when I'm talking in elvish. It's like...
Oh.
Comes out of like the top of your head. It's real. I don't know. It's like a trip. But I can imagine now. Do you speak it?
No. In my rebellious stage, I picked up Goblin.
Oh.
Oh.
Goblin's the one where they spit a lot, right?
Kinda. It's very teeth forward.
Ah.
Yeah.
Why would you want to speak Goblin?
I just wanted to
say
say
something
something different than my sisters, okay? Come on.
Now that it was
little
said out
creatures.
loud, I kind of want to. I kind of want to speak it too.
I never imagined I'd have to speak another language to be able to be diplomatic about anything. So I was just having a laugh and picked Goblin.
Just bite your tongue and speak in common. You'll sound just like a goblin.
Almost. Almost.
So, as you guys are enjoying this conversation, can I get some perception checks, please? From those of you who are a little quieter. So,
So not me.
Oh, sorry.
Mig, please.
Oh, I'm quieter? I gotta find my
Oh, no,
character
not
sheet
Mig,
now.
sorry, not Mig, sorry. Theo. Puck tries to bite in his tongue and speak in common. What does this sound like, Puck?
Professor.
Oh, love it. Love it.
I think it's more like kobold than goblin, though. Almost had my toe bitten off by a kobold.
So, Theo and Verdoris don't really notice much else going on other than the conversation at the table. After a good sort of 20-30 minutes, you see the same wood elf coming up with trays that are seemingly floating next to him, and he is not touching a single one. He sort of swishes his finger as the trays sort of land gently in front of you with the drinks placed in the centre of the table. You see a very, very expensive looking bottle of what is essentially champagne. Your dry white wine, Ebony, is placed directly on the right hand corner of the plate. The water is presented in a very nice jug, and he sort of clicks his fingers and you see little ice cubes form in the top to keep it nice and cool. As the dishes are presented to you, the portions are relatively smaller than what you would normally expect, but they look to be much, much higher quality. If anyone would require any other assistance, just call for me and I will hear you. Your dinner is presented to you tonight. Chef Billick is the gnome responsible for all your meals. Compliments and feedback are, of course, welcome. Ebony, try not to make a mess.
You act like I do that intentionally every time.
No, I act like I expect it from you.
Mig looks for his ale.
The ale is there, like it's presented in a platinum tankard. And there is a small barrel that is placed next to your chair in case you want top-ups.
You guys are going to have to carry me to the room.
No.
And he just very carefully picks up the glass daintily and takes a sip.
It's a nice dry white wine.
Mig just takes a big old swill and it's pouring out around the sides.
This water is amazing.
It is. It is possibly...
Literally... Yeah, sorry, I'm literally just staring down the elf as I sip my wine.
Mig looks at the people with water. Hey, I've got plenty here if you want some.
No, you don't understand how good this water is. This water does not taste like anything.
What's the fun in that?
Isn't it?
Because usually the water tastes like everything. Like yesterday's trash, someone's meal, fish stuff.
If you ask for a piece of their bass fish, you can maybe squeeze a little bit in.
No. It's. I said it was good. I don't. This does not need any alteration whatsoever.
Next time, ask for lemon.
Did I just say it didn't need any alteration?
I know,
It's
but
perfect.
if it's the chilled water with lemon, so good.
I don't know. I tried a lemon once and my tongue didn't like it.
Well, if you add a little bit of sugar too, that takes away some of the bite.
Oh. I don't know. I ate it and my tongue tried to crawl up my nose backwards. So I'd never touched a lemon again.
You don't need a whole lemon, just a little slice.
You know what? I'm going to enjoy my water. And I'm going to try to, he's going to try to sleight of hand his current water skin onto the floor and try to replace it with this water in his lap while no one's looking.
Sure.
Because this is 10 gold water, so he feels like he's stealing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's okay with that.
You suddenly, as you like pour out the water in your water skin, and you sort of half looking above the table and trying to watch what you're doing, you notice almost the minute that the water touches the floor, there is a cloth just going round in circles, drying.
Puck will stop in the middle of what he's doing and just watch. And he's going to sprinkle the water in different spots now, because that's fascinating as hell.
And while you guys say that, Mig has refilled his mug.
What's Theo and Veldoris doing at the moment?
Theo perches himself up, and he kind of looks at everybody, and it's like, I can trust you guys. I don't drink with people I don't trust. And he kind of does a little party trick and grabs a big bottle, uncorks it, and swirls it, and tornadoes it in front of everybody.
Oh my god.
There we go. Now it's a party.
I'm assuming this is the champagne he's doing this with?
Exactly. Go big or go home.
Can you make me a constitution save, please?
Sure.
Does he have a glass in front of him?
Yeah, there's a glass there with it.
Okay, Mig's gonna go over and walk next to him. May I? And grab his water, pour it out, and walk over and fill it with ale.
So, Theo, as you do this with the bottle, you sort of swirl it round and down it in one. I will let you decide. I mean, you're fine after drinking it, but you feel the sudden, rapid expansion of your stomach as gas starts building.
as that's happening, and you can see his stomach getting larger and larger, he looks at everybody and kind of smiles, and then lets out a loud, boorish burp at the table, like unrelented.
You just see the entire of the downstairs go dead silent as you look up. As you look down, you see everyone just looking straight up at you as this belch just echoes throughout the inn.
Pardon me. Sorry. Didn't think it was going to be that loud.
I'm sorry. Mig's going to try to belch one out too. Sorry. It's a compliment to the chef.
Baldoris just kind of looks at her plate and thinks to herself, like, this is not, this is already better than what she has had in her travels. And then just says, it's better out than in when he does, like, the massive burp.
Puck will actually say in Dwarvish, "Well done, Mazel Tov."
As you are all finishing off your meals, suddenly there is a slight whistling noise that comes from one side of the room as you suddenly hear like a chunk into the table. Next to Ebony's left hand, like half an inch away, there is a letter that has been pierced by a dagger.
I flinch and just kind of yank my hand away, like, oh. And then I look around for whoever did that.
I was going to say, Mig looks that direction and he reaches back like he's going to grab his shield.
May make me a perception check, everyone, please.
Figures.
Oh, Puck, you've already sold the water. I wouldn't worry about that. As you all look towards the direction, it appears like this has come out of thin air almost.
Magic. I'm guessing.
Probably not.
Mig will look at the note. What does it say?
I'll pull the dagger out and look at the letter.
And as you go to look at the letter, we are going to go and have a very short reprieve.
Is that like a break?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do like smaller 10-minute breaks, mostly because my ADHD and my scoliosis like me to move around. So we are going to take a short 5-10 minute break right here. I'm going to go and make myself another brew. Those of you who are watching the stream, thank you very much for joining us. We will be back very, very shortly.
It's a neat little tool too.
That is very handy tool. So, guys, when we left, there was a note that was ominously delivered via flying dagger into the table next to Ebony's hand.
As I take the knife out of the paper and look at the paper, the tall, skinny person in robes kind of moves themselves to be between me and the balcony. Like blocking me.
And Meg, like I said, is got his shield in his hand right now. He's looking outwards while he's waiting for the reading.
Puck is behaving like this is nothing new.
So I look at the paper.
At the top of the note, it reads, "I have some information that you may find useful. However, you must be willing to pay what is due." And underneath it, it says, "In halls where minds are forged with flame, where secrets dance and wizards claim, knowledge bright as morning's glow, what place do seekers yearn to know?"
Can you post that for us or type
Yes,
it?
I can.
Ooh, it mentioned a forge.
I very nearly copied and pasted the answer.
Read twice, click once.
It just keeps coming up.
Sorry, I'm trying to copy and paste it.
If you right click and then you'll see copy text to clipboard.
Thank you. Trying to put it in the notes. Our normal scribe is not here. So I'm the scribe now.
It's alright. I will be downloading and uploading the recording to Archivist, so Archivist will have a record of it as well.
Ivory with us, or
Ivory is there, but again, when people aren't here, they're kind of in the background.
ground?
So, are you familiar with like a library?
I mean, there's a library in the university, I presume, and then there's Londigne's library. I'm more familiar with that.
We need to learn more about this thicket.
We do.
It really kind of seems like a very aggressive way to say, "Hey, go to the library."
Either a library or the university. In halls where minds are forged with flame. Minds are forged in a library. Right? Or not a library, a university.
Well, I mean, you could still do a little banging out of the materials in a library, but university, yeah, okay. So it's still an aggressive way to say university. Couldn't they just put like university on there?
I mean, they clearly don't want somebody just passing by.
Holy crap,
glancing at
this
the
steak is good. I'm sorry.
Sorry guys, 2 seconds, I'll be right back.
Well, yes, everything is good here. At normally 500 gold pieces a night. I would assume it would be.
It's so good, I'm crying. I will never have anything as good in my mouth again.
I am not going to touch that.
Hey, if we're gonna traipse through some fields with a bunch of fairies, I'm gonna eat and drink what I can.
Fair enough. Please do.
Even the greens are tasty.
But I'm more concerned about being way out in the open now that daggers are flying in.
Well,
A dagger
some of
could
you
strike
have
me
shields.
down. I've died already and gone to heaven.
Some of you have shields. I have my shield, and I just kind of pat the back of the robed figure.
Shield looks a little squishy versus this fine dwarven metal.
I didn't say that Lance is squishy.
This is like
All
non-kernel butter.
elbows.
Oh, this butter is so good. I can't take it. I can't. I'm gonna pass out.
How tall is Puck?
5'11".
Nope, he's too big for me. Well, you guys carry him. Yeah, I don't know anything about the city. I don't know where this place they talk about. It's obviously not a forge I'm used to.
It's not an actual forge.
It's a university. We've been there, and I could easily find the library in the university. If it's Londidne's library, well, I know where that is too.
They've been using forged as a verb.
Yeah. It not a literal forging of iron, but more like a molding of minds is what they mean.
And then what kind of price?
That's my question. What kind of price are we asked to pay for this? I don't like not knowing what I owe.
I knew it. I'm gonna have to pay 10 gold for that water, aren't I?
No, you're not.
I can't even imagine how much this steak is.
Try not to think about it.
The greens and the butter, they're probably like 100 gold pieces.
So the steaks are actually gazelle, which are from the very, very far north. The steaks themselves are probably about 3 inches in diameter, and you would know how much they were because you would have seen it on the
Oh no, he didn't look at the
menu.
He did not look at the menu.
Oh, fair enough. Anyone who did look at the menu would know there are 352 gold pieces each.
Hope you savored that steak.
I want to know what animal it came from.
I
Maybe
think
never
it was
mind. Maybe I
killed
don't.
today.
So, have we decided where we think we are going?
I think it's a library. I'm thinking it could be the university library.
Well, you know, if you want to go to Londidne's library, you know it's about a 2-day trek. University library is about a 2-hour trek.
Yeah.
Mega looks at Ebony. You still have the knife?
Yeah.
You mind if I see it?
Here you go.
Okay. He puts it in his backpack.
I keep. Crap! I was gonna keep that.
Fine. Here he pulls it out, hands it to it. Looks like good work.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
Those of you passing around the knife, can you have a look at it?
Yeah.
Maybe an
Yeah,
investigation
absolutely.
check or a nature check.
Yeah. Investigation. investigation.
Well, I can find my abilities again.
Crap.
What do you need again? What kind?
Investigation or nature.
Yeah. They're both equally bad. So
Level 1. Level 1.
hey, I beat someone.
So
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
So
figures the ranger.
Valdoris, as this dagger's being passed around the table, and I imagine it gets passed like from one end to the other, from Ebony to Mig. As it comes past you, you notice on the handle, the actual base of the handle, the hilt, is in the shape of a cat's claw.
The base of the handle.
Yes.
Okay, so can I?
so do we even know who threw this?
Nope. All you know is it
Wait.
wasn't delivered by magical means.
Can I just tell them the same information?
You can. Don't have to, you can.
Well, Valdoris just kind of like looks at it and like tries to like show them the handle, and then points out it's a cat's claw. You said?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't know what that really means to you
Why
guys.
don't you all go ahead and make me a history check upon learning this information?
You're hitting my weaknesses here, man. Wait, yes.
Mig and Ebony, both of you would know that it's not a definite indication, but you have a good feeling that this was forged in the Osharian Empire, given that the Osharian royal family are Tabaxian.
Well, I don't know if we should try to follow this riddle.
I don't know. If they have information for us, if it's the spy that's here, but why would they be giving us information? We're the ones trying to catch them.
Or they're trying to lull us somewhere we don't need to be. I'm open to hearing two sides. I'm open to hearing two sides of a story, though.
I am too. I just wish that we could choose a place where we're not at a disadvantage. And I doubt that anybody from Oshar is going to be able to get into Longdigne's library. They'll have a hell of a time. It's also 2 days from here.
Is it towards our trip where we need to go?
Is it, Captain?
What's that?
Longdigne's library. Is it in the direction that we're going to be heading? Towards the Pixie Thicket?
No. It's the other way.
Opposite direction, I'm afraid.
There's not. Oh, sorry. There's. What even kind of vegetable is it? There's nothing that says we can't like go research and then go to the thicket, and we're supposed to like sleep here, right?
Right.
So we could do that before we sleep. Oh man, if the food is this good, that bed is gonna ruin me.
Rutabaga?
How will I ever sleep on a floor again? What's a rutabaga?
I can agree.
Vegetable you're eating.
But we need to be careful because and I'm going to bring it out that this dagger could have very well came from the Saurian Empire. No proof, but that symbol definitely is has some potential connotation.
Oh, do they wear green cloaks?
I don't know.
Why do you ask?
That's a good question.
There was some like sneaky guy back when the pretty lady was talking. He was got some scars in his face and a green cloak and really nice boots. I was kind of thinking about stealing them, and then she started talking like right to me, so I would have been rude. Oh, rude, Abega.
Cute. So there was potentially a spy right there in the university.
Was that the university?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. It just said go there, so I went.
That was the university.
It was very pretty.
Yes, it is. It's very nice.
Not as pretty as the ladies.
She is very lovely.
Who was that lady?
That was Longigne. That was my mother.
No, it's a dragon.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
That
what?
was a dragon.
Yeah, there was a dragon. It was like way up there on the roof, and then there was the pretty lady.
When she needs to be smaller, that's what she looks like.
Shattered. World just blown. Just exploded.
If she's your mom, couldn't she give you a direct answer?
Like that. She's the kind of figure it out yourself person.
Parents, right?
Trust me, I've been learning from her for years.
Parents.
Anyway, Ivory's the better student.
Good for you.
Meg does look down because you said we can see over around the buildings and villas and stuff like that, right?
It's a viewing gallery on the inside, so you can see like down into the main restaurant.
Where did the dagger come from? Out in the air or the open sky?
It came from inside the building.
Well, the dagger had to come from someone. It might be something just to check around and see if any green cloaked figures with scars are around. At least whoever you described.
Yeah, I don't know.
Super quick, Captain. I can't find where we put my familiar on my character sheet.
It was under notes, I believe.
There's nothing there.
It was under notes. Oh, click on log.
Log?
Yeah. Click on notes and click on the log.
Got it. Thank you. Sorry, just in case I need it.
Captain's log.
So do we want to follow this cagey, scary lead?
1 second. Question: Did the person that's been serving us and helping us, did he say just call his name?
Sorry?
Yeah, the gentleman that's been serving us our food and floating around. Do we just need to call him by name, or how do we get his attention?
Yeah, you can just say, can we have some assistance, or words to that effect.
Do I know his name because I'm obviously a regular here?
You would know his name.
Can you tell me his name?
Noradard.
He has a name, and it's a good one too.
I'm gonna call him Noradad.
Yep. And he comes.
When he have a
Yes.
question for you. And do we have the dagger? Where's the dagger at? Who has it?
I did not
Oh, I
steal it.
have it.
Let me see it real quick, and this time I'll give it back.
Sure, you can keep it if you want.
Yeah, he's going to hold the dagger out. Did you see a gentleman downstairs in your establishment with a green cloak, maybe some scars on his face? Giving the best description I can off of what.
I'm sorry, none of that description has entered in here. If they had, I would have dealt with it. Do you really think that one of the most well-renowned establishments here in Veritas would allow any old riff-raff through the doors? I mean, I know Ebony has come in, but you know I have special orders that I cannot ignore.
I didn't mean to offend you. This is good food and good brew, but we did have a dagger land on our table here.
I mean, I appreciate that you always have to take a pot shot at our lovely friend here, but you didn't do anything about the fact that a dagger came out of nowhere and landed on our table. So why would we assume that you did anything about like random guy in green coat and fancy boots?
I'm sorry, there's a dagger that was thrown at
Yeah,
the table.
see the hole in the table?
I'm going to show him the dagger.
This has not come from in this establishment, sir.
I'm sorry, the dent in your table from where the dagger stuck itself next to my hand says otherwise. If I didn't know you so well, I would have thought you were trying to kill me.
I mean, I have thought about it many times, but the repercussions are too great. I apologize for your negative experience today. I will offer you a free stay and free meal each of your choice for apologies, and I will look into this immediately.
How about possible information as well?
How about what, sorry?
Do we still have the note?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask to see the note and see if I can share if he knows what they're talking about.
I'll hand the note over.
It would appear to be some kind of riddle.
Obvious.
Brilliant.
Miss Ebony, I know we have our differences, but please, I urge you, do not follow this note. There's a darkness about it.
We have known each other a long time, Noradoth. Thank you.
I'm going to say thank you, and we appreciate your offer.
And please tell, what was the chef's name? Jeff Billick? That the food was amazing.
Chef Billick.
Chef Billick, sorry. Sound like Jeff.
I will pass on your comments. And as you say that, you just see this gnome pop into existence at your table. Why, thank you very much. Thank you. I must get back to my kitchen, but I thank you for your compliments. Poof! Disappears.
Everything is so abrupt around here.
Welcome to Veritas.
Why do you think that we are one of the best establishments, not just here in Ordinary, but in all of Eulalia?
So does anyone... So I do not want to go look for this riddle and this note.
I don't either. It sounds like a very bad idea.
But I do suggest we need to get some rest, because I think we have a long journey ahead. Does anyone know how far this thicket is from here?
Pretty far. Was it like... Captain, is it like a week away?
Yeah, so... Yeah, it'd be about a week's worth of travel. So if you look
That's
on
by
the...
foot?
Yeah, that's by foot.
Yeah, it's about a week away to the Pixie Thicket, or so.
So do we need to find a place to buy supplies? And do we do that tomorrow, or do we do that before the day gets long?
Well,
Probably best to get them tonight and leave early tomorrow.
we could split the party.
With flying daggers? I don't know if that's a good idea.
Heard very bad things about doing that.
Split the party, split the party, split the party.
Well, I mean, some of you don't want to go see what this riddle's about. Some of us, me, do. So, I mean, I could go. And if any of you are not feeling like shopping for, nuts and berries to put into your sack, then they could come with me.
Theo looks
Nuts
up
and berries?
Yeah, nuts and berries. Dried meat, nuts and berries.
So if you put nuts,
Some hardtack, that's what you put in your rations.
if you put nuts in your sack, what does it become?
A ration.
A nutsack.
It becomes D's nuts. Anyway.
It becomes a ration. What's wrong with you people?
Dried beef is what I'm talking about, not berries and nuts.
Jerky.
Well, you need more than just dried beef. I mean, you gotta have
Says who?
you gotta some other minerals.
So,
You get plenty of minerals out of the meat.
Do you just carry some rock salt along with you and lick it like a deer?
How do you think they dry the beef? Some of it's salted.
Oh, I don't know.
so
Jerky's made.
Puck certainly wishes to travel along and see what the note's about. Is anyone else wanting to follow the note?
Not particularly, but I'm not going to leave Puck by himself. Especially with daggers flying. He looks kind of skinny and kind of a little bit...
Nah, it's too
Told by some.
too
I was just told by somebody who goes out of his way to not like me to not follow the note. That seems kind of serious.
Yeah, perhaps he just doesn't want to be held responsible for your death in front of Londigno.
But still.
I mean, we think it's the Osharan Empire. It's a dagger from them. We think they're trying to draw us somewhere we don't want to go with a cost that we don't know, and you want to go visit them.
Yep.
The note could very well be just a distraction from Londigne's task.
But what if it's not?
What if it's... that's the thing.
Exactly. What if it's not?
But what
She
if it is?
I
seemed...
think the riddle had something to do with books.
Yeah, I like books.
Theo looks up in a drunken stupor.
Yeah, I like books.
Anyway.
If nothing else, I can get a book.
Anyway, if we don't
Books it
see
is.
you back at the inn by midnight, we'll assume you died and go on.
Okay. Or I took the 10 gold, 50 gold, and I went off and I lived my life in peace after I bought a cow and a little farm.
Oddly specific.
Well, I've always wanted one. I just really want to have a normal little farm kind of life, and 50 gold is enough to get you started.
And taking payment for something that you haven't earned?
Oh, you serious?
With a dragon that made a payment?
Oh, look, that's just huge. What is she gonna do? Hunt down one poor little Puck and, eat my cow?
Probably.
The dragon before.
They probably have forgotten about me already.
No. She has not.
Oh, sure. But either way, I'll get a book, or I'll find out more about this thing and I'll meet you back, or I'll have a farm. It's anyway. It's all like roses for Puck.
So you're going to possibly hang out with the enemy of the person that just hired you.
Hanging out is a little bit like too much there, fella. I'm not going to hang out. I'm trying to get more information, and that's what you do to your enemies. Haven't you ever had enemies before?
Are you from this town? Are you from this town too?
No. If you could imagine this town, but much, much smaller and a lot more dirt and poor people, that's where I'm from.
Oh, not this town at all.
Right.
Nothing like this town.
Nothing like this town. Well, though I'm sure that this town has some dirty underside. I just haven't found it yet.
So how would you find your way to this location? How will you find your way to this location?
The big dragon lady on the thing. Come on, you want to come in and do the thing. And I came and did the thing. And then I glowed. And then I'm here.
No, I mean, how will you find out where the riddle is, I mean?
I'm going to go to the library.
Which is where?
We just came from there.
The academy, you mean?
Yeah.
He's going to go to the academy.
Well, he's calling it a library.
I don't mind going to the academy.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's necessarily where they're talking about.
Well, I mean...
Unless there's a library in the city I don't know about.
They need to give us a better puzzle if that's not where they meant.
So I'm going to look at Ebony and say, is there shops on the way to the... anywhere near the academy?
Are there shops between here and the academy, Captain?
So where you are, you're obviously down here in the Iron Flask.
Mm-hmm.
There is a small, well, I say small, there's a market that is on the other side of the academy. Take you about an extra half an hour or so to get to, but you have to go past the academy to get to it.
Yeah, the market's past the academy.
And what time would we say it is now? Is it late or is it midday or?
It's about 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon.
There's still plenty of light to make a trip. Hour and a half, you said, from the academy, roughly?
Yeah.
I'll walk with you that direction you want to go to the academy, if you're willing to go to the shop right after.
Yeah, whatever's clever.
But you're also going to have to help me put our drunk friend in his room. So he collapses outside of here. I am not dragging him back to this place.
You know what we do with drunks in my town? We leave them where they fall.
Yeah, it's a shame to lose someone so early when we need their help maybe later.
But the magic cloth might just clean him up.
Theo, question, how drunk are you currently?
I am feeling very good and a little wobbly,
Sure.
but somehow still able to be coordinated somewhat.
Sure.
Amazingly, the dwarf isn't that drunk.
Guys, I'll be right back.
Sure, so we've got two of you that are deciding not to go to the academy.
One by way of inebriation.
I'm willing to go that direction for the shop stuff I need.
Sure. Two of you are going. So we'll wait for Ebony to get back. Are you guys escorting Theo to the rooms?
If Theo is planning to stay there, then yes, I am going to help him get to the room. How tall is Theo?
It's about 5'7", 5'8".
Okay, that's not bad.
So,
I always gotta ask their height because it's awkward watching a dwarf try to help someone to the room.
yeah. So you guys pick up Theo and you start walking down this staircase with him. At the bottom of the staircase is a rather large orc who is rather smartly dressed. He is clearly the muscle of the business. And as he sees what you're doing, he says, "Do you want a hand?"
Mig says, "Well, yes, where I have to grab him to carry him isn't going to be very appropriate."
He puts a hand on Theo. As this warm light leaves his hand, Theo, he casts Greater Restoration on you.
Holy snap.
You no longer feel inebriated.
Oh, what happened? Oh, this is crazy. No hangover. This is
Mig
the best
looks
place
at
ever.
Mig looks at him and looks at the guy and goes, "Well, that kind of ruins the fun of it."
We have a reputation to protect. Can't have drunks wobbling around the place.
Fair enough. Well, now we gotta wait for or Valdora. So you come with us, or you staying here?
Oh yeah, I'm following you guys.
Okay.
I'm going to the market to get stuff for the trip.
So you're going to follow, because you've all got to
Yep.
go in that same direction. Sure.
Theo, you staying here?
I'm good to go to the book place we were talking about earlier.
Cool.
All he could remember was book.
We just need Ebony and
Ebony's
her
back.
walking rope shadow.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you guys head towards the academy together. And again, there's no kind of disruption or differences in the afternoon. People are wandering about as normal. Doesn't seem to be any sort of ongoing issues. The guards of the city, who Ebony would know fairly well, like they are mostly arcane of some nature. They seem to be keeping an eye on things. And you guys arrive outside the academy. As you arrive outside of the academy, you all notice there's some kind of barrier preventing anyone from getting in.
Huh. Is this normal? Meg asked.
No, usually students can just come and go.
You see one of these. Well, you recognize somebody that's approaching, and he is dressed in the lecturer's robes, which are of a sort of more maroon colour. Ah, Miss Ebony. Are you okay? Are you
Oh,
harmed?
I'm just fine. Some of my companions wanted to visit the library.
Oh, yes. Bear with me just 1 minute. and he creates like a doorway in this wall.
Okay, do we yell really hard to get back out?
There are people on the other side that will be able to assist you out of the academy. There's I'm sorry, Ebony.
You're sorry, what?
You will find out for yourself when you get in. I apologize.
Okay, I guess I'm detouring into the academy then. Okay. Where should I find out what you're sorry about? You're really worrying me.
Please just proceed.
I guess I'll see you later, guys.
Yeah,
Well, are we all going?
yeah, no.
If we're all going, then we'll all go.
I said I'd go after we visit the academy. And we've got, I think Buck here wants to see the books.
Right.
But Puck is feeling very awkward because of that little whatever happened there. So you should probably go find out why he's sorry. Because I feel like I have dread.
Okay, well, I guess if you're coming in, you're coming in. We'll all go.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm curious too now. I'm kind of nervous, but curious.
Gotta see this through. Let's go.
We're going to call that nervous.
All right. I guess I can lead them to the library, and then you can tell me where to go after that.
You start to walk in. The academy seems quiet. Almost somber. There aren't the rushing students that you would expect. The decorations and bright tapestries that adorned the walls have been shifted to a dark purple. As you head out into the courtyard and start crossing the way towards the library, you guys see Londigne in a human form, seemingly facing towards the wall. Her normal crystalline coloured dress has been also adorned in this dark purple. Those of you that are familiar with the traditions of Veritas and Odine would know that this dark purple means mourning. As you approach closer, Ebony, you recognise somebody that is laying just in front of where Londigne stands. She was one of your first tutors. Somebody that taught you and your sister the very basics of manipulating the weave. Pierced through the chest with a blackened arrow. Londigne doesn't even acknowledge your presence, and instead chooses to walk away.
This is going to be really awkward, but before you get into all the grieving and stuff, can you point me at the library?
I just kind of point a clawed finger vaguely in the direction of the library.
All right, I'm going to go in that vague direction then.
I go over to the body and I kneel.
Yeah, because of Mig's background, he's definitely going to be more curious about the body than the library for temporarily. He's going to go over and, without touching the area, he's going to look and examine, investigate, without touching the body.
Sure, you can either make me a medicine check to see what or how much damage this actually done and see if this actually did finish her off. You can make me an investigation check to see if you can find any clues lying around.
Not the best.
But enough. Looking upon this arrow, you look where it has pierced in her chest. You notice that behind her appears to be something lying on the ground just behind the body.
Definitely going to slowly investigate.
As you put it, it's another letter. This time the letter is covered in blood. Presumably this wizard's blood.
I'm going to try to read it, or see if I can make out the text.
As you open it up, consider this a down payment for treachery. And then there's another riddle underneath. Where metal sings with hammer's might, in heated glow of day and night, blades and shields by trade are spun, a market where the steel's begun.
Mig's going to read that out loud to those that are still around. And then say, this sounds like a forge.
A forge that specializes in metalworking. I mean, a forge in a market that specializes in metalworking. Who would do this?
So we've got two riddles. One a library and one this. I suggest, because we've got two things flying around, I suggest we get back together.
Yeah, it doesn't seem really confidential now.
Well, we'll go after. We'll get everybody together in a minute. Can you give me that letter? I want to take after Mother really quick.
Okay, I hand her the letter.
Do I know where Long Didney went?
You know the direction.
Okay. Can I kind of dash off in that direction?
Sure. So you start running towards where Londigne went. Meanwhile, Puck, you were heading towards the library, weren't you?
Yep.
So as you cross the courtyard, I mean, these buildings are massive. You cross the courtyard into what is essentially almost like a foyer. It's like an outdoor foyer. Can you make me a perception check, please?
I sure can try. Nope, sure can't.
As you cross through, you suddenly stop for a moment. As you get the feeling that this is more than what it appears to be. You get a sense that somebody is watching.
Well, that's no good.
Especially with a 1. Man. They're not even hiding it.
I got your note. Here
There's no
to
response.
find out the stuff. Your riddles need work? No?
They don't even acknowledge you. You don't know where they are. You just know they're there.
Okay. I'm going to keep going for books then, because books are exciting.
Sure. So you head towards the actual library. And the library is quite vast and is currently being tended to by a few people. And you see there are a number of librarians. As you enter in, one of them approaches you. Excuse me, sir. May I be of assistance?
Oh, yeah.
What do you need?
Oh, do you have any books on the hedgy thing?
On the thickets?
Yeah, the pixie hedge thicket thing.
Of course, I will. What are you interested in? Are you interested in the history? Are you interested in the biological and ecological systems that exist there?
Do you have one that like wraps it up like the thicket for dunces, maybe?
I can send you some very basic. I can get you some very basic information, of course.
General info would be perfect.
And he picks a book off the shelf. And it looks like this book is designed and aimed at like first year students about the general geopolitical landscape between the pixie thickets and on the pixie thicket and the people of Odinay.
Perfect. Do I have to sign this out, or do I need to read it here?
You are quite welcome to take it with you. You know who borrows what books here.
Haha. So, have you seen any, like, weird guys with scars on their faces? Maybe some really nice shoes come or go in here?
I can't say that we have.
Okay. I was supposed to be meeting a friend here. But that's fine. I'll take the... Thank you. They give me free food. They give me free water. Now there's a free book. My cup just running over.
Ebony, as you're chasing after Londigne, she stops, hearing your footsteps. Daughter, now is not the time.
Well, I feel like this is because of us.
Because of you? Are you really so egotistical? Have I taught you nothing about this world?
No! My teacher! This is because of us. Look, this was... I hold up the original note. This was tossed at us at the inn with a dagger, and the innkeeper never saw it. And then this was behind her body.
And do you think if you weren't in this wild goose chase, whoever is doing this wouldn't proceed to try and provoke me? They want to paint us to be monsters. They want us to be angry. They want us to rain hellfire down so they can point their fingers and go, they are the aggressors. Do you not see this is their plan? Are you really so naive in warfare?
I've never had to deal with warfare before now.
You really are just an ignorant little egg.
Yes, Mother. I'll try to be more vigilant. I'm sorry to have bothered you.
No, I am sorry. I am angry. I am hurt. Please, leave me for a time. I am proud of you, Ebony. And she walks away.
Ebony lets a couple tears fall, and then she kind of like wipes her eyes with the edge of her sleeve and walks back to the party.
At the body, Mig is going to take the arrow.
Can you make me a medicine check to see if you can remove the arrow without damaging it?
Oh boy. Yeah, could have been a lot worse.
So you've probably dealt with this something similar before, and you know that in order to remove an arrow, it is better to push it through than to try and pull it out.
Is it already mostly through the body?
It kind of got stuck against one of the back ribs, but you managed to sort of maneuver it through.
Once I get it out, I am going to examine it. Is there anything unique about it?
Make me an investigation check. given the style of the arrow tip, it's not like your typical pointed head arrow, but rather a finer serrated arrowhead. Serrated arrowheads are good generally for one thing: delivering poison. They are not a single blow kill type arrow, which means that this arrow was delivered to this person into her body, and she would have suffered for a good hour or so.
Mig's going to look around and see where, if there's any high points or locations where someone could have fired this arrow.
Plenty from the courtyard.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't hear.
Yeah, I said there's plenty from the courtyard.
He's going to be careful. He's going to, because he don't know there's poison on the tip still. He's going to find something to wrap it in. Maybe cut off a small piece of the robe and wrap the tip and put it in his bag.
Sure.
Who else is around me still, and is that the rest of the group's still with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So he is going to mention that he suspects the tip had some kind of poison on it.
And now trying to find out where it came from, or...
And Mig's like, I don't know anything about poisons.
Am I back yet?
Yeah.
Am I back yet?
Yeah, you two would have probably arrived back at about the same time, to be fair.
Oh, I do. No, about poisoners, kids. Poisoner stuff. Yeah.
Mig looks a little bit upset. Poison is a weapon of cowards.
Uh-huh. Do I seem all that brave to you?
Do you want to take a look at it?
Sure.
I'll show him the arrow.
Do you have poisonous kit proficiency, and do you have the poisonous kit?
I do.
Can you please make me a medicine check using your poisonous kit proficiency? Which would mean that all you have to do is hit the +2 just underneath the chat box to add the extra.
Where would I find it?
So underneath the chat box you'll see ADV, and then next to that is +2. If you click on that and then roll the medicine check, it will add that 2 to your roll.
Ah, okay. Medicine. I don't have any of that. That was wonderful. I didn't say I was good at it.
What you can tell from it is that this poison is fairly rare. You're not quite sure where it's come from, but it's definitely a rarer form of poison.
To sum it up, shit's nasty.
Mig will look over at Ebony. Do you know anyone else that would have an expertise in nasty things like this?
I don't think so. And she was Harmless. She'd never hurt anyone.
A
She's a
message just like
casualty of war.
we're seeing a lot of clear messages here, and I don't think it's going to get nicer.
It's not. They're trying to provoke us. Not just us as a group, but Audine. They're trying to provoke us to make us seem like monsters. They're provoking. No, go ahead.
This doesn't change what we still need to do.
Right. We need to figure out where the next place is. And hope that no one else innocent dies along the way.
Next place? What next place?
Oh, there's another letter.
Another riddle?
Yeah.
Is it better than the first? I mean, is it like as obtuse?
It's not any better than the first.
It sounds very much like a forge. I have a lot of familiarity with forges.
Do you?
Yeah, show him the letter.
I show him the letter.
Theo
No.
and Veldoris, what are your guys' thoughts at the moment?
Blender seems clear, and someone's either trying to scare us off this path, or these are just murders that we're coincidentally seeing. But I don't think it's a lie.
Doris thinks that that there's not only one person behind leaving all these notes and threats.
Mig suggests when we head to this market, I would suggest we look around for similar type of armaments while we're looking around for supplies.
Right.
You never know, you might be able to find a supplier.
Right.
Seems fair.
Maybe we'll look at the body one last time, grab a hold of his medallion, say a short prayer.
Make me a fate roll.
How do I do the fate roll now? Because there's no
Let's do-
100-sided.
So yes, it's the 00 at the very, very end next to the D4. If you pick that up and throw it into the chat box.
Did it work?
No, it needs,
No,
to go,
try it again.
it needs to go into the chat box. You click and drag it.
It still didn't let me. Hold on, I tried to. Yeah, I'm dropping it on the chat box, not doing anything.
Huh. Are you on a laptop or a PC?
A PC.
So left click and hold over the D100 and then over the chat box and then let go.
Yeah, I did. It's not doing anything.
Oh, there it goes.
That was me.
Oh.
I'm not going to take the 8, I was just testing.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. 71.
So it's
Oh, away from my face.
You hear Jalido's voice. I leave it in your hands to carry out judgment. Your heart is just, and your path is true.
Mick looks a little bit more resolved to follow through now. And then he says, let's go look at this market. Let's go look and see what we can find.
All right. Do I know of a forge where they make weapons here? Weapons and shields?
You would know there's a couple of places that it could be. There is obviously the forges. There's about 4 different forges in this city. But more specifically, you know that behind the academy itself is a second marketplace. But this marketplace isn't just like your normal fruit and veg traders. This marketplace is made up of primarily forgers, armourers, and weaponsmiths.
Yeah, I know where we need to go.
Since all these notes are leading us this direction, everyone needs to be on guard.
Yeah. Question, GM. My tall, lanky familiar, does it have any weapons on it?
Does it come
The
with
stat block.
weapons?
The stat block has swords and arrows.
Then I'd imagine that is what they have on them.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. Mig will actually take the arrow back out and walk over to Vildoris. And I believe you said you're a ranger?
I am, yes.
Perhaps you can use this to try to look around some Fletcher shops and see if you can identify something similar.
I certainly could, yes.
Worst case, use the arrow if you need it. I don't have a bow.
I hope I don't need to use it.
Yeah, me too.
And I just take it with the piece of cloth, whatever was around it.
Well, however it was made, it looks like it could do a lot of damage, and it may have some residual poison, so be careful.
Right.
Can you make me a nature check, please, Veldoris?
Oh, well.
10. As a ranger, a 10 is plenty for this.
Okay.
You take hold of the arrow, and you have a slightly closer look at it. These arrowheads, like I said, are rare. The poisons that run through them are completely natural and are fungal in nature. These arrows are normally carried and used by the Renard. The Renard make me an yeah, I'd say no, at least a little bit. The Renard are a distant cousin of the Grung, so they are toad-like people that use mushrooms and fungus for a wide range of applications, from weapons to armour, and they know how to harden and sharpen these toadstools. And that is exactly what you've got here. It's a very, very deadly mix of Renard and human smithing.
So the arrow was forged by humans, and then the Renard.
Yeah, have enhanced it.
Okay. Did Did they well no I kind of like just try to like tell them what I know about the arrow just by looking at it like carefully.
Ebony, why don't you go ahead and make me an H check?
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nature check. The not a wizard is making an intelligence check. 11.
Natural knowledge will give you a little bonus here as well, reducing the DC slightly. So you, out of character, obviously should remember the Renarg.
I do. I'm over here cringing. Yeah,
You, in character, know that there's only 2 places they reside. And one of them is the Pixie Thicket. But they live right on the edge, where it's more like marsh and swampland.
Oh.
Like in the mangroves is where the Renarg reside.
Yeah, if Vildoris tells us that it's a Renag arrow, then I'll share that.
Is there any smiths in town or shops that you think might have the capability to fabricate something here?
Oh, an arrow like this? I mean, sure. There's a market behind the academy.
Yeah, but to make one of these that has this mix of 2 different skills?
Probably had to be done. The arrow could have been made here, but the rest of it probably was done by a Renag.
So we need to go to the shop and look for a Renag while we're getting supplies as well. Or how are they taken here? Can you find a Renag in town?
I don't think so.
No, the Renarg would never come into civilization. They generally live in small to medium tribes in swamp and marshland.
Okay.
Well, that could mean they just. I'm sorry. They just took the arrows from people, like wandering in the pixie.
They could have killed somebody and taken arrows.
Yeah.
I mean, there are things that will kill you trying to cross the pixie thicket on either side.
Sure sounds like this pixie thicket is becoming more and more of a part of our problem.
Anyway, let's walk and talk.
I agree.
Let's walk and talk and figure it out on the way to the market.
So, there are one of 2 markets which you can visit. One is your standard market. Excuse me. One is your standard shops, and the other is the armorer's market, which is behind the academy.
I'm taking them to the armorer's market behind the academy.
Sure. So you pass through the dorms, which are these 2 large buildings just behind the academy, and you head to the forger's market. And as we are heading there, we are going to take one more short reprieve, so I can go top myself up on tea and have a little puff. Those of you who are watching the stream, thank you very much for watching. We will be back very, very soon. Do not go anywhere. So we will unmute everything.
How it goes as a DM, you gotta respond to things when you get a minute.
So, guys, welcome back. So, you guys... Oh, hold on. I was meant to change that as well. So, very bad. So you guys head over to the Forgers Market. It's quite a busy market. There's quite a few people here who trade in weapons, whether that's for antiques, collector's purposes, or training purposes. There are a number of forgers here as well, and outdoor smiths. Mostly like low-level apprentices and things trying to make their mark, as it were.
So a couple things is I am going to browse stalls, but I am looking for specifically someone that might be doing arrowheads or various other things, just out of curiosity.
Fletchers.
Yes, Fletchers, if there's any in the Smith area as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few. Why don't you go ahead and make me an investigation check for that?
Can I help?
Not very good investigating.
You do have help, so you do have advantage.
Do you make us roll twice for advantage?
You can roll again for the advantage, but there is also the advantage button at the bottom for future reference. It's the ADV. If you click on that before you roll.
A little better.
So you don't find anybody that is making that specific style of arrowhead. Everyone has their own sort of unique flair. Some of them are more like harpoon heads. Some of them are more basic, like you're just flat arrows. Some people make quadrant arrowheads, which have like 4 fins on the actual head, but nothing like the serrated heads that you have.
Mig's going to look at Veldoris. If you can, ask some of the Fletchers if they've ever seen this type of work. More likely to sell to you.
Yeah, I can. Can I just take back the arrow and ask someone and describe them? I don't know if it would be a good idea to just like show the Fletcher to everyone, but
You're describing it rather than outwardly showing it. Smart move. Yeah, so you show it towards, or you describe to a couple of Fletchers who never seen it, don't know what you're on about, sort of thing. One Fletcher, however, he's a bit of an older chap. He's a tiefling by nature. He looks at it. Oh, aye, I've seen something like that before. What's it worth to you?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
I said, I've seen something like that before. What's it worth to you?
Well, what are you asking?
Out of character, he's asking for a bribe, it sounds like.
Oh, well, you don't do charities around here, I guess.
Well, you don't get past much on favors. Favors won't feed my family, nor will it bake my bread.
Not even for a fellow tiefling?
You think
Is
just because we share a heritage, you think I will give you something for nothing? You're more delusional than the fucking humans from the Empire.
Meg hearing all this, or is he nearby?
Oh, he's not being quiet about it, so if you're nearby, you're hearing it.
Yeah, Beldoris kind of sulks when she hears that, and then, like, I don't know how much gold do I have to give him, but I'll just...
Meg is going to walk in, because again, he's a merchant, so he might as well use some of his history.
Please.
He walks up and, hopefully this isn't a bad tip. I'm going to put 5 silver down. Can you give us any information?
Aye, I can give you information. He pockets the 5 silver. That there arrow is military grade. You won't find nothing like that around here.
I appreciate the information.
If you must know, there's a special kind of metal too. Not your standard iron arrowhead. It's forged in bronze rest.
Would Meg know about Bronze Rest?
Very, very likely. Bronze Rest is a small market town. They are on the other side of the Pixie Thicket to Ordinay. They are right on the edge of Pixie Thicket in the Osharian Empire side. And they are well renowned for mining rich ores from from within the Osharian Empire. Obviously, they don't have the mountains and things like you do over in Matador, but they dig deep for these materials.
I appreciate the information, and I gesture to Valdoris to follow me.
Yeah, follow. Yeah.
Once we're outside, I tell everyone else what I've heard and what I know, including the location where I believe is where it came from.
Dolores told him that she thinks that the arrows someone could be providing them to the Renard.
I would recommend to keep, and you probably already know this, but I'd keep that arrow hidden.
Yep, will do. She just puts it back.
Well, since we're following the riddle, we came here, kind of looking around, making sure see if anyone's really taking special notice to us.
Make me a perception check. And
I am also being vigilant.
Yeah, I was going to say, make me a perception check, but I'm also going to give Theo advantage, purely because it seems like he's more... Like, whilst everyone else is engaged with what's going on, I think it seems like Theo's probably more like just keeping guard at this point.
I have no perception as usual.
I have put Ivory between myself and my tall, lanky bodyguard, trying to protect her on two sides.
So, Theo, you remember the description that was given to you before about an individual wearing a green cape?
And the scars on his face, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the nice shoes.
You notice an individual amongst the crowd matching the description. Doesn't seem to be paying too much attention to you.
Theo whispers to the group, "Guys, I think I see him. The green tunic dude."
Mick's gonna say, which direction? Try to spot him.
Right
Or
over
casually,
there, standing by that
casually
stall.
spot him.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he gestures over to where he's kind of like in front of his chest, like pointing in the direction where he is, like so his back's towards him. Just keeping it very low key.
I'm looking to see if it looks like he's got others around him.
Initially appears like he's alone.
So do we just go talk to him, or should we play this cool and kind of stalk the stalker?
Let's stalk the stalker. But I don't want him to kill anyone else.
Which is fair.
The problem is he might recognize us from the room.
Well, I'm sure he'll recognize us.
It's kind of hard as us, all 6 of us standing around, to actually be able to stalk him at a busy market like this.
I mean, the market is packed enough that even if you stay as a group, it would still be quite difficult to discern you. It's one of those markets where you're pretty almost shoulder to shoulder with people as you're navigating your way through crowds.
How sure do we think we are about this guy being the murderer for sure?
We don't know if he's murdered anyone. All we know is he was in there and he's most likely part of the group that's causing all the havoc here.
Suspect number 1. Let's just hope he's not a red herring.
He feels like an omen.
Mig looks at himself and all his wonderful armor and he says, I'm not sneaking around anywhere. He's like, so if you want to follow him, I'll stay back and try to follow one of you. But I have no problem going up there and asking questions either.
Surely some of you are sneaky-ish, right? Right?
Puck is.
Good try.
Puck is currently AFK though.
Oh, he's back.
I came back just in time to hear his name.
Ebony was asking about people that are sneaky because, to catch you up real quick, they have spotted somebody in that green tunic that was described earlier with the scarred face. Somebody that matched the description of the person that you spied in the academy. And it does indeed look similar, if not the same.
Oh.
So thoughts are we're to either confront him or follow him, and right now everyone's leaning towards following or seeing what he does or where he goes.
Right. Well, Puck can do that for sure. Well, he could try, at least.
So are you all going to try and follow him, or are you just sending one of you?
I think we follow Puck a little bit at a distance. Not necessarily that guy, so we keep a little bit more distance between us.
Let's Scooby do this.
Sure. So, Puck, make me a stealth roll.
Okay. How about I use my once daily inspiration and re-roll that?
Sure.
Oh, my Lanta.
So, on a 10, as you are following this individual, you're pretty certain you haven't been spotted. They slowly leave the market, heading back towards the academy and the direction that they have clearly come from. They start winding round in small alleyways and thin crevices that exist within the city. This person has clearly spent some time mapping out the city themselves mentally. Let me get the city map back up and everything goes.
Good for me, Chip.
As they get down more towards hold on, I need to pin for that. So one. So as they get down to around this little subsection of the city, they start weaving. That's when they start weaving in. So you've been following them for a good couple of hours at this point. As they get to around the center, you notice they drop something as they keep walking on.
I'm going to try to pick it up as I walk by.
As you walk by, it appears to be another note.
Great.
At the top of the note, I assume you open it as you're walking.
Yep.
At the top of the note, it says, "Thank you for playing along. Your debt is nearly paid. There's one more game yet to be played. By brine and breeze where ships do creak, where deals are made by those who sneak. A ring of shadows black and cold, in docks where secrets are bought and sold."
I knew this place had a dirty underground. Alright, well then I'm just going to kind of like wait out in the open for the rest of the party to catch up.
So where do you go? Where the?
Oh, he was on to me. So he left me this. I'll snap out the parchment.
I don't know. Maybe there's a thieves guild down by the docks.
You think?
I don't deal with that stuff.
I don't deal with it here, but
How late is it right now?
So right now, it is getting towards to be early evening.
still haven't done any of the shopping to prepare for tomorrow.
I think at this point we shouldn't go down to this dark place at dark.
The dark place, the dark.
So I think we need to finish our shopping and pick this up in the morning.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about, early's not good for thieves, rogues, scallywags.
That's true, but they already know where you're coming.
Yeah. I mean, at any point while I was following that guy, he could have snuck around, maybe killed me. I was doing a terrible job, honestly. I don't know the city, and at one point, there was a door. I don't know where the door came from, but it was just right there, and I kind of, they knew I was there. They could have killed me at any point.
I'm not a fan of walking into the traps.
It's not really a trap if you know it's a trap.
Me neither. But at the same time, what happens if we follow up with this in the morning and it's too late?
That too.
Not if they know we're coming. Then obviously they're waiting for us and leaving us clues. They want us to go there.
Right, but
It sounds like we're playing right into their games. You could look at the riddles.
Yeah.
So far, though, they've led us to clues.
Clues from people that want to throw us off the track or put us in a bad spot.
We don't know. We don't know. We can't make we can't make that opinion. We can't make that decision. At least I can't.
Just out of curiosity, do thieves normally kill people to leave a message?
See, now I don't think that message was for us. I think the message for us was like a side thing. So the big message, the killing of the, I'm very sorry to be talking about your friend like this, but that message was for the big mama, the dragon. The little message was for us to continue on the journey.
Or to keep us from it.
Well, I mean, this journey, not the journey into the fairy rings of doom.
Everything says it's at the thicket. We need to go that direction. I think this is just drawing us away from our task.
See, but we said we weren't going to go until tomorrow morning anyway. We haven't put any extra time into this yet. In fact, if you guys had done the shopping that I said you could go do while I was doing other things, that wouldn't be done with that stuff.
Oh no, I had to come in because I was going to go shopping, but the teacher at the entrance was somber and apologizing, and I had to know what was wrong.
Oh no, I get that.
And then secondly, we would never have found these guys if we wouldn't have done some of this investigating.
See?
We still need food. We still need supplies. I think it's better off in the morning. Or at least waiting until we're better prepared the next day. But I will follow the group if the majority want to go down and do this investigating.
Majority rules. Let's go with that. Puck puts his hand up. There's one for going down into the darky hole. Down into the ring of shadows.
I'm pretty much a wimp. I hide behind my little guy here.
See, and we haven't asked you anything about the little guy, so.
I do not put my hand up.
So, 2 up.
Doris doesn't put her hand up either.
Uh-oh. Down to Maven.
Maven's already said he's not putting his hand up. And we're in a part of the town we're not familiar with either.
All right, we did say majority rules, but if it's over tomorrow, I get to say I told you so.
You are.
I don't get to say that a lot.
You have "I told you so" privileges.
I don't get those privileges often, so I will totally be using those.
Absolutely, you are more than welcome, and I won't even argue back.
All right. Well, we made the call. Let's go shopping.
Well, just to let you guys know, before you do make your final decision on this, so you guys are currently just on the outside bit here.
Here, where are you saying? I don't see a map.
Oh, hold on. So you should see the little black marker. That is.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're not far at all.
No. So that's whereabouts you guys are. To go to the market, you would head that direction. It's about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Markets generally close about 8. That will take you about an hour to walk, roughly, because you've not got like the winding streets or whatever. It's a straight walk. The docks are about 20 minutes that way.
Yeah.
Great, that puts in perspective. And isn't there another market near the coaster where our stay is down near the docks?
There is, but it's... So the other market, you'd have to travel down this way, down this side of the docks, and in there. So that would probably take you about the same time as the straight road, because you've got to go all the way around. But there is a market next to the docks, you are right.
Oh, I don't want to split the party.
You don't have to split the party.
But he's saying it's only 20 minutes down to the docks and it's still daytime.
Late afternoon to early evening.
I'm being convinced that and I can get supplies before we leave too. Don't take long to get supplies. I just want to make sure I have enough food. I don't think I have much in my bag. I could be convinced to scout out the docks.
Do you guys
having that.
Do you guys want a DM suggestion?
Is there a cost?
I was already told no.
The DM suggestion would be that you could indeed go down to the southern market, the grass market as it's known, head down that way, and on your way past the docks, perhaps look around, ask a couple of questions to people that might be there in a more subtle tone. No one says you have to specifically go inside anywhere, but you can still go get what you need, and then on your way back, if you feel so inclined, by the time you leave, to go down further down the docks, the option's there.
Oh, we're gonna do it, aren't we?
We probably are.
You don't have to. You can just go straight up to the top marketplace and
is there
go back to the
looks like hedge walls. Is there a way through to the hotel, or do you have to go all the way back around?
You do generally have to go back round. That's not to say you wouldn't be able to find a cut through.
That's what we call a shortcut. Da-da-da-da-da.
Hedge hoppers. All right. Well, the market over there is still closer to where we need to go, so I don't mind going down and looking at that market.
Yeah.
It's on our path.
We can go to that market.
The southern one,
So
yeah?
no one goes into a shady hole alone.
She said. Wait, she did say that. It's not as funny.
No one goes in a hidey hole.
So,
all right. Well, we'll head down along the docks and see what we see and see what's.
So, as you head down to the docks, let's get a few perceptions going first. I'll put my music back on because I thought you guys were going off the track.
You said perception checks?
Yes, please.
I never roll these good, but I'm gonna.
All right. Who peed in my dice bag?
Ebony's on it.
Ebony's paranoid now.
Why was
One of her
Ebony's
teachers
dice
fucking
so
bit it.
fancy?
Huh?
Why was your dice so fancy?
It's just some free dice that were in there. I just changed them to that because they look kind of dragonish.
Yeah, so if you want to, under the tool option in the top right hand corner, you'll see dice. If you click on that, you can change the colour of your dice, the style of your dice, and if you're so inclined, you can buy other sets of dice.
It's colored me distracted.
Yeah, this one is the elemental earth one.
That's pretty cool.
Ooh, that primordial earth has just got me.
So, as you guys are travelling down, Ebony, you take a look around. Now, the riddle itself does obviously tell you that it's down by the docks somewhere. However, the bit that probably kind of is giving you a headache is the line from A Ring of Shadows Black and Cold. Because this is rather specific.
Yeah, I was thinking it was like either a storefront or a ship.
As you look around the docks, normally the docks in the early evenings are fairly standard. People are loading, unloading their ships, ready to set sail for the next day or finishing up in the marketplaces. However, it's rather quiet down here.
Oh.
As you come just to the entrance of the marketplace, you would all hear the shout of someone screaming, "Fire!" As you look round behind, you notice that Londigne's own personal ship, the Mariette, is burning in a bright blue flame. Now you Ebony would know that the ship was to be left to you and Ivory when you were ready to go exploring.
No. Not that.
Now it's personal.
No, it's personal! You torched my car!
That right there is a very efficient fire.
I gotta change my dice from fire to water now. Hold on.
It doesn't get much more efficient than blue.
Right?
That's just good fire right there.
Yeah, is it on the other side of the dock from us, or where is it?
So the Marriott is... Hold on. Oh, should I... The Marriott is this lovely ship down here.
Shit,
See if
we're
I can see the map.
all the way up at the market.
Oh, I closed the map.
If you ever close the map, just click on images on the right hand side and you should be able to find them.
Do I see like a bucket brigade moving in to put out the fire?
They're not trying to put it out, they're just trying to contain it. The mages around, they're like the mage guard, are indeed using their magic to manipulate and control the water to try and hose down the ship. The flames are not going down.
How long will it take me to get there if I book it?
If you book it, 10 minutes.
I almost want to identify what kind of magic it is that's torching my boat!
Something efficient.
Obviously. Ugh! I'm mad. Oh, they've been working hard to piss Ebony off tonight.
Yeah, even the dragon said they're trying to piss everyone off.
So,
Oh, sorry.
I hate to say this, but A, you're not going to be able to get over there in time to put it out or get anything. B, I think that was the final price that we were paying.
Yeah, I just stand there. I'm like analyzing, the meme of the lady with all the math going across. Like I'm just standing there, just analyzing, just like, oh.
Yeah, they said we had to pay a price
the sooner
for the information.
I think the sooner we go to the thicket to try to figure out and try to stop some of this influence and figure out how they were getting in, the better.
I think one of you is going to have to move Ebony in order to get her to be moving in any direction.
Not it.
Maybe an athletics check. Oh, did you say not it, Puck?
Well, I said not it. I had my finger on my nose and everything. You just continue.
I thought you said got it. I was like, oh, okay.
Nope.
Okay, well... Oh, man, I don't want to grab her. This ain't going to go good.
She's not going to resist. But, it's to move her to, kind of snap her out of it.
I will try to snap her out of it.
I was more worried about the Langley bodyguard.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, you guys, if Ebony's not going to resist, you do manage to sort of spin her around and move her on.
But see, if you need an athletics check, I can do that. That what you're after, or we just succeed?
No, you will just succeed if she's not resisting.
Yeah, I'm not resisting. If you've got a friend that's in shock staring at something and you grab their hand and pull them in a direction, they're just gonna follow.
Let's get our stuff and let's get ready because they're just baiting us.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of want to see what we paid for them.
I feel like they're going after me personally. God damn it.
Why does Mick feel like he's trying to be the voice of reason here?
Okay, let's get our stuff. I will mourn the loss of my teacher, and I will vote later.
Don't worry, you got you. Never mind, you didn't get 50 gold. Never mind.
I didn't, because Mother knows that I have a little bit of gold.
Maybe you can buy a rowboat later.
Oh.
That was uncalled for. Too soon, my brother. Too soon.
Way too.
Yet, man.
I did. Sorry, I shouldn't. That was not in character. I was out of character.
It might be too soon out of character too. I feel like that's really filling all of this right now.
I don't want to see any more boats, but I didn't want to see that one sink.
Puck had that was Puck's only chance to get on a boat.
You don't want to be on a boat, man. I've been on one halfway across the world.
So, what's the plan, guys?
Cry.
Well, Did we ever figure out the Ring of Shadows thing?
No. Unless that referred to the boat on fire.
It's not Shadows. Was the name of the boat Ring of Shadows?
No, it was the Marriott.
So we're still looking for a Ring of Shadows, because I mean, if all the payments are made, then I want to get paid.
Okay.
And I'm sorry that it was all your stuff, but
Oh.
You guys want to figure out what the Ring of Shadows side of it is?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. So, you guys head over to where the warehouses are, on the other side of the docks. One of them, I mean, they all have symbolism on the outside. They are warehouses, they are places that people hire out to store their goods, and most of them are very, very legit. Even the ones that aren't legit have legit sides to them. However, having said that, there is one that on the side of the building, it has what looks like a painted black stripe. And as you walk around this building, the stripe goes all the way around.
well,
This warehouse is known as the Black Ring.
maybe they'd hire me on as their riddle make crafter.
Or troublemaker.
Yeah, it's definitely on the nose. Let's just get this over with.
And right now, all the guards are distracted, and everyone's distracted with the ship.
Yeah.
Indeed. What a perfect time to be a rogue.
So, how do you guys want to approach this? Sneaky, sneaky, monkey, monkey, smashing the front doors, burn the building straight to the ground and hope that you're right?
Walk in, and say, "What's up?"
So as you walk into this warehouse...
Well, that was just my idea. I mean,
oh, sorry.
Wants to go with that or not?
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know. We can always knock on the door, you guys, like civilized individuals.
We were
Is there a
invited.
secret knock or?
We were basically invited with this note.
Yeah, I mean, technically, thieves have
after they burn your ship.
special language that I can use to announce us. If I was a thief,
I mean,
I know that.
You do you if you know how this is supposed to go.
Yeah.
Why are we
Someone in my
trusting a
family,
thief?
someone in my family was a thief. I'm not. I'm a. Oh crap! What am I?
You're not level 3 yet.
Right. I'm not anything. I'm just. I'm a man with a certain set of skills.
You haven't decided yet.
I have a certain set of skills. Yeah, so before going in, I'm gonna do a quick thieves can't kind of knock on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Just say, "Hey, rogue coming.
Door opens.
Don't shoot me."
As the door opens and you step inside, this warehouse is currently being used to house spare ship parts.
Did you just say airship parts?
Spare ship parts.
There. Okay.
Well, that was close though. I heard the same thing. I was excited.
You step a little ways in before the door is shut behind you, and the room becomes black.
No.
Light
Oh,
is
good thing.
light is not penetrating it. Dark vision can see through it. You would notice a small flicker, as if the flicker of a candlelight, from the other side of the warehouse. The figure steps forward towards you, the party and group. As the light flickers against his blackened fur, I thank you for following me all the way here. I just hope you've got the manpower to leave. And that, my friends, is where we will end today's session.
Yeah, follow the rogue.
Wow.
I did not want to be here.
What about the woman power?
All right, no longer follow Puck.
No longer follow Puck.
Never follow Puck.
Puck was leading
Okay,
from the middle.
I see several problems here. We followed a rogue who's named Puck.
Yeah, we're pucked.
You are so Puck.
I mean, I see an even bigger problem here. You guys had a dagger thrown at you with a letter attached, and you go, let's follow the letter. It's okay. They only tried to lightly stab me. You then found a figure impaled with an arrow with a second letter. And you went, it's okay, they've only murdered someone. We'll be fine.
Right now.
I
said Effie's not okay right now.
And I try to be the
persuasion.
And I try to be the word of warning, and I didn't follow myself. My
my character has expertise in persuasion, and I'm pretty good at it too.
Well, if you want, I can intimidate them. I don't think it'll work.
So, guys, thank you very much for everyone who has watched, followed, or taken part in tonight's episode. We will be back, or at least I will be back, on Wednesday, 7 PM Eastern, with my second group running this campaign, who are a little ways ahead. But they are on the Isle of Matador, so do not miss that. It is good night from me, and may all your 20s be natural.